In this video, we delve into the intricate dynamics of INTJ and ISTP friendships. The foundation of any relationship is built on understanding and empathy, but when these two distinct personality types come together, their different perspectives on emotions can create both fascinating connections and unique challenges. Differences that matter. Friendships are intricate relationships that often intertwine diverse personalities and perspectives. When it comes to INTJs and ISTPs, two distinct personality types defined by the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, their friendships can be both intriguing and challenging due to the differences in how they perceive and respond to the world around them. INTJs and ISTPs approach empathy and perspective from different angles. INTJs, as introverted, intuitive thinkers, tend to focus on abstract patterns and future possibilities. This often leads them to be highly sensitive to the emotions of others and attuned to potential outcomes. On the other hand, ISTPs, classified as introverted sensing perceivers, prioritize tangible experiences and the present moment, which might make them appear less emotionally expressive. The inherent contrast in how INTJs and ISTPs perceive emotions can sometimes lead to misunderstandings. ISTPs' seemingly reserved emotional expressions might inadvertently lead INTJs to assume a lack of empathy or indifference, when in reality, ISTPs are processing their emotions internally and in their own time. Similarly, INTJs' deep emotional reactions might perplex ISTPs, who are more focused on the practical aspects of a situation. INTJs and ISTPs are prone to misinterpret each other's behaviors due to their distinct emotional landscapes. For example, an ISTP's tendency to downplay emotions might be misunderstood as callousness by an INTJ seeking emotional validation. Conversely, an INTJ's intense emotional reactions might overwhelm an ISTP who prioritizes problem-solving over emotional discussions. Future planning and commitment. INTJs and ISTPs exhibit distinct attitudes towards future planning and commitments. INTJs, driven by their introverted intuition, are adept at envisioning long-term possibilities and strategies. They tend to map out their goals and commitments, valuing a sense of structure and purpose. On the other hand, ISTPs, rooted in introverted sensing, prefer to engage with the present moment and often resist rigid plans and commitments that might hinder their flexibility. To exemplify the divergence in thinking ahead, consider a scenario where a group of friends plans a vacation. The INTJ friend might meticulously research destinations, accommodations, and itineraries, aiming for a seamless experience. But in contrast, the ISTP friend might be more spontaneous, enjoying the freedom to explore without a predetermined plan. The ISTP's discomfort with commitments can extend to their friendships. While they value their connections, they might find it challenging to commit to regular social gatherings or consistent communication. This behavior can be misinterpreted by INTJs as a lack of interest or investment in the friendship. The ISTP's preference for adaptability and living in the moment might lead them to prioritize personal experiences over scheduled interactions. Navigating this contrast in future planning and commitment styles is crucial for maintaining strong INTJ-ISTP friendships. INTJs might need to appreciate the ISTP's need for flexibility, understanding that their commitment aversion doesn't necessarily reflect a lack of caring. On the other hand, ISTPs can learn to communicate their boundaries and reasons for seeking spontaneity, ensuring that their INTJ friends don't misinterpret their intentions. Disregarding feelings and seeing the bigger picture. ISTPs, rooted in their introverted sensing, tend to prioritize their personal experiences and observations. They're often more interested in tangible data and sensory information rather than dwelling on emotional nuances. As a result, they might unintentionally disregard or downplay others' feelings, especially in situations where emotions are not immediately obvious. While ISTPs excel at focusing on the present moment, they might find it challenging to grasp the broader context, especially in complex situations that require understanding multiple perspectives. This can lead to misunderstandings or oversights, where ISTPs might not fully appreciate the emotional impact of their actions or decisions on their INTJ friends. In INTJ-ISTP friendships, these tendencies can lead to hurdles in emotional understanding. INTJs, who value deep emotional connections and seek to explore the underlying meanings behind actions, might interpret ISTP's apparent disregard for emotions as apathy. But on the other hand, ISTPs might struggle to understand the INTJ's need to dissect feelings and motivations. To bridge this gap, communication is key. INTJs can express their emotions explicitly and explain the significance of emotional connections in their friendships. Sharing their perspectives can help ISTPs appreciate the importance of emotional awareness in maintaining these relationships. And in return, ISTPs can provide their unique insights based on real-world experiences, helping INTJs ground their ideas in practicality. Despite the challenges, the differences between INTJs and ISTPs in emotional understanding and broader context can also be sources of strength. ISTP's ability to stay grounded and practical can serve as a counterbalance to INTJ's tendency to overanalyze. By combining their insights, INTJs and ISTPs can gain a more holistic perspective on situations, leading to well-rounded decisions and solutions. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Examples of frustrations. To better understand the impact of personal differences on INTJ-ISTP friendships, let's consider a few illustrative scenarios. Decision-making process. INTJs are known for their analytical approach to decision-making. They might become frustrated when ISTP friends seem to make impulsive choices without thoroughly considering the potential outcomes. Conversely, ISTPs might feel frustrated by INTJ's tendency to overthink decisions, seeing it as unnecessary complexity. Sharing emotions. INTJs value emotional depth and connection. They might become frustrated when their ISTP friends seem detached or distant when discussing emotions. ISTPs, in turn, might be frustrated by INTJ's insistence on discussing feelings intensively instead of focusing on practical solutions. Planning versus spontaneity. INTJ's preference for planning might lead to frustration when ISTP friends resist making commitments or plans. On the other hand, ISTPs might be frustrated by INTJ's rigid schedules, feeling restricted by their need for structure. These examples of frustrations highlight the fundamental differences in how INTJs and ISTPs approach life and relationships. INTJ's need for structure, emotional depth, and forward planning clashes with ISTP's desire for adaptability, practicality, and present-focused experiences. These conflicts can lead to misinterpretations, hurt feelings, and strained interactions. However, these frustrations also offer opportunities for growth. Recognizing that these conflicts arise from inherent personality differences rather than intentional slights can pave the way for better communication and understanding. Both INTJs and ISTPs can actively work to acknowledge each other's preferences, needs, and strengths. Addressing these frustrations requires patience and willingness to compromise. INTJs can express their need for emotional connection and structure while understanding that ISTPs may show their care through actions rather than words. ISTPs can accommodate their desire for flexibility and practicality while acknowledging the importance of emotional discussions for INTJs. Okay, so how can an INTJ-IST friendship work? In the intricate dance of personalities, INTJs and ISTPs present a unique pairing that showcases both the challenges and rewards of diverse friendships. Throughout this exploration of understanding INTJ and ISTP friendships, several key takeaways emerge. Diverse approaches. The varying levels of empathy, future planning, emotional understanding, and perspective-taking between INTJs and ISTPs offer a rich landscape for exploration. Misunderstandings. Differences in emotional expression and thought processes can lead to misunderstandings and frustrations between these personality types. Communication is key. Open and honest communication is crucial for navigating these challenges. Expressing thoughts, feelings, and intentions can prevent misinterpretations and foster a deeper understanding of each other's needs. Embrace the differences. INTJs and ISTPs can capitalize on their unique strengths and perspectives. Instead of allowing differences to create conflicts, they can become sources of growth and learning. Empathy serves as a cornerstone in INTJ-ISTP friendships. Recognizing that their distinct emotional landscapes don't diminish their care for each other is paramount. Patience in understanding that INTJs prioritize emotional depth while ISTPs value practicality is essential for fostering a harmonious relationship. These friendships can flourish through mutual learning. INTJs can learn from ISTPs' ability to enjoy the present moment and adapt to changing circumstances, and ISTPs can benefit from INTJs' insights into emotional connections and long-term planning. In a world where diverse perspectives enrich the tapestry of human relationships, INTJ and ISTP friendships can serve as a testament to the power of understanding. By building bridges of communication and respect instead of erecting walls of frustration, INTJs and ISTPs can create lasting connections that celebrate their individuality and shared experiences. These videos will be really helpful for you.